This week on Jon Thelen's Destination Fish, we attack the weeds. First up, it's walleyes living on the weed line and in the weeds on clear bodies of water. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle and Alumacraft Boats. There's one right there, hooked up. Now that right there is a pretty simple deal. Just trolling a weed line to start our day. Here's what's going on. I just decided to fish today on a lake that I haven't been to all year. And here's the thing about this lake. It can have fish deep, it can have fish shallow, can have fish on breaks, it can have fish up on flats. This lake is one of the most diverse lakes. It's, like right now, it's late June, but it's not a prescribed, just go to the mud flats, go to the deep structure deal. You can catch fish right now on this lake deep, you catch them shallow. And I'm gonna target the shallow fish today. We're gonna target weedline fish that are, for the most part, 10 feet or less, somewhere between 5, 6, 7 feet. And those are the fish that are living on weed lines. This is a really good fish to start our day. There's my weight, we're here. It is, big walleye to start our day. Look at this. Big fish living in shallow water at the end of June. Not the type of thing you would think of, especially, and we're gonna talk about this throughout the day, especially on a lake like what I'm on here right now that's got zebra mussels in it. This is clear water we're fishing. Most people have gotten to where on these clear water lakes, they're not fishing shallow because they just don't believe that they can catch a fish. They don't believe that these fish are willing to be in that shallow water and not be spooked. Great fish to start. Take that all day long. Get out of here, buddy. There's one right there. That's cool stuff. It's just cool stuff, this shallower fishing. Shallower than this fish around the other side of the boat. All I'm doing is following the contours along these weed lines. I came around this corner and this fish snapped it. He must have been sitting right on that edge. Feels like a pretty good walleye too. So a couple things that I would start with. Number one, you gotta have some stealth. Good walleye, great fish. You gotta have some stealth to what you're doing, okay? So I'm gonna show you what I'm using, but I'm gonna explain to you first while I'm getting this fish unhooked that there is a rhyme and reason to the choice today. If I choose the wrong spinner rig today, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably not gonna catch fish. And I'm gonna show you why. Look at that, great walleye. We're gonna keep a couple for dinner tonight. So, this is the Lindy spinner rig. It comes in a crawler setup as well, but today I'm fishing leeches. If you look at these beads, you can see they're colored. They're colored to match whatever bait fish we're trying to match with the spinner blade. It's perch. That's what these fish are eating. So what I'm gonna do in clear water is I am gonna use something that is gonna do everything in its power to match the hatch. And that's what this is. Between those beads, the orange and yellows, and that blade, that's a perch. And that's a big key. And then up at the front end of this, I'm using a bullet sinker, okay? It's just a 3/16 ounce bullet sinker. And here's the thing, I'm not trying to drag it down in the bottom. I'm up a little bit because when you're fishing weeds in clear water, you can be up a little bit because these fish can see it. So you wanna be up above them. So you put all that together and then you fish these weed edges, and I'll tell you what, you can get their attention without spooking them with the boat, without spooking them with everything you're doing because you're back a ways. And you're throwing down there exactly what they're used to eating, so they're comfortable eating it in this shallow water. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. I moved down here to the south end of the lake. This morning when I set up, got a good one right away, got really excited about it, but boy, has the wind come up. And as this wind has come up, it definitely put me in a position of saying, hey, I could have a little bit better boat control around these edges if I find a little bit of calm water. But it's one of those things too, that when you're going in and out of these nooks and crannies, you really want to be able to follow the contour lines. And what you find out a lot of times is that Lake Master map inside of your Humminbird, it's drawn those contour lines, and it'll actually, when you figure out exactly what depth the weeds are growing in, now you can actually just follow that weed edge, and that's what I'm doing here. There he is. That one grabbed on and stayed hooked up. I had a couple there that grabbed on and didn't hang on, and you know what? That's just gonna happen here and there. That's part of fishing like this. When you're trying to get fish to chase you down or race out and hit, sometimes you just won't hook them, but I'll tell you what, most of the fish that have hit, we have caught. But I'm kind of a believer that if you can go out and just trigger enough bites that you can catch 3/4 of the fish that hit, I think that's a pretty legit number to be happy with every day. I mean, would I like to catch 100% of them? Sure. Good fish, he's just not ready to give it up. There we go. A little bit tougher sometimes fishing that 6-foot snell, but if you're not doing it, I'm gonna tell you something, your odds of getting bit are lower. Grab the pliers, get this guy unhooked. Hey, one of the things I'll tell you, you look at these Alumacrafts I fished out of for years, one of the neatest things I've seen over the years is just a little one, and that's these tool pouches on the Alumatrack system so you can put them anywhere in the boat. Because I get asked all the time, how in the world are you so organized in your boat? Tell you what, it makes a big difference when you know where everything's at. Just keeps you fishing more. Those tool pouches, they really help me out. Look at that, awesome fish. And this is just good stuff. This is fun stuff. You look around, I'm all alone. I'm on a lake in a metropolitan area. I'm sitting here all alone, and I'm just catching fish one after another in the weeds. There's one right there. Oh, he got off. Let's lay back to him, see if there's any chance he'll bite it back. There he is, he did. Look at that. That is so cool. I lost that fish. One of the things I learned to do back when I was tournament fishing is anytime you lose a fish, just quick grab that rod, drop right back to him. Just drop that line right back to him because he's still right there. And here's the thing, he's still aggressive. He was trying to eat it, and I pulled it away from him. He didn't have it good yet. I dropped that thing back to him, and I just felt him just go wham. And man, that's a great example of why. And that is so cool that you got to see it live, because it happens more often than you think, but that's just cool stuff right there. It's a really nice walleye too. It's a good fish. You can just tell he's a pretty good fish. When he hit it that second time, yeah, I hope he's not a pike. Here we go, we're close. Now he wants to go over here. And now I'm thinking pike, but no, big walleye. Big walleye. Go with them. Go where they want to go. Let's just do this. Let's just stop the boat. It's a big enough fish. I don't want to lose them. Really nice fish to wrap our day up with. Ooh, come here, come here, come here. Got him. Look at that. That is so cool because I lost that fish and I just dropped right back to him and he smacked it. It just goes to show you, in these clear bodies of water, that these fish, they're feeding on sight. He saw me drop it right back to him because when I dropped it back to him, the spinner's not running anymore. Look at that, hooked right in the side of the mouth. Look at that. That's cool stuff right there. I'll tell you what a great way to wrap up a day. Here's the thing, a lot of these lakes are clearing up and we can't do anything about that on the ones that are already in that stage. So what you gotta do is you gotta adapt. And all I'm doing to adapt to it is I'm fishing in those weeds. I'm fishing more subtle, I'm using longer spinners, I'm using fluorocarbon, and I'm going after fish that are unpressured and finding places where they're stuck up underneath something that makes them feel comfortable in that clear water, and that's this cabbage. I'll tell you what, get out and do this, because this is a lot of fun. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.